are coming to you live every night this week. A very special thank you to everyone in the audience for being here. Usually when you're out in New York City past midnight on a Monday, you've made some pretty bad decisions. But you guys are here on a good night. Gwen Stefani is here. I love Gwen Stefani. Not only is she a music icon, she's the only reason I know how to spell the word bananas. Well, today was the first day of fall. Did you know that? Yeah. This morning, I put on my favorite flannel shirt and scarf, made some hot chocolate, stepped outside and realized it was 90 degrees. It was 90 degrees in New York today. It was so hot, Trump asked the president of Ukraine for some inside dirt on the sun. You guys hear about this? There's a giant new scandal involving the president. Trump asked officials in Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden's family. Yep, Trump asked Ukraine for election help, or as he put it, I was just trying to make Putin jealous. Apparently, Trump asked the president of Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden's son. Right now, Eric and Don Jr. are thinking, damn, he even pays more attention to Biden's kid. Papa. Today, reporters asked Trump if he did anything wrong. He was like, yeah, I probably should have asked for dirt on Elizabeth Warren. But Trump's call with Ukraine could really... You can take your time. Yeah. Take your time. It's all right. We're in this together. We're in this together. Trump's call with Ukraine could really put his presidency in danger, though. Today, Nancy Pelosi said another 500 or 600 major violations that we might think about impeachment. Oh. Actually, Nancy Pelosi told the White House to hand over the secret whistleblower complaint by Thursday or face the consequences. In response, Trump signed an order that eliminates Thursday. It now goes Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. That's it. There is no Thursday. The whole thing is pretty shocking. We spent years talking about Russia. It might be Ukraine that takes down Trump. Who saw that coming? That's like looking both ways before you cross the street, then getting hit by a drone, you know? And now Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, has been all over TV defending him, which brings us to another installment of Rudy Giuliani Isn't Helping.
Did you ask the Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden?
No, actually, I didn't.
So you did ask Ukraine to look into Joe Biden?
Of course I did.
You just said you did.
Not helping, not helping. Wow. But Trump is in New York City to give a speech tomorrow at the UN General Assembly. That's right, he's speaking to a room full of leaders with different cultural backgrounds and ethnicities. It's basically Trump's version of walking into a haunted house. It's like, ah! Oh, God! But Trump's speech will be a little different. First, he'll make some opening remarks. Then he'll go around one by one asking world leaders for dirt on Joe Biden. It's like, yeah. Over the weekend, several 2020 candidates were in Iowa, and Joe Biden set up a tent with a bouncy castle, a fire truck, and an ice cream truck. It's all part of his plan to win that coveted 3 to 8-year-old demographic. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Warren has been surging in the polls, and she now leads Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders in Iowa. She's pretty confident. I mean, here's Warren arriving in Iowa over the weekend. Yeah, but here's how she felt. Oh, yeah.
J-Lo.
But it's not all good news for the candidates. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced that he is dropping out of the race. Yep, he'll eventually support another Democrat. When they heard that, all the other Democrats were like, please not me, please not me. Don't look at him. Well, this is very interesting. I heard that Nestle is going to start selling luxury, handmade Kit Kats for $17. They came up with the idea after asking, what does nobody on Earth want or need? And finally, over the weekend, an American Airlines flight had to make an unscheduled landing after a passenger started smoking a joint. At first, all the other passengers were furious, and then, not so much.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.